I opened the door to get my coffee and a fly flew in, which is not allowed. I don't know if I got it out though. Alright, good morning everybody. And yes, I already published the patch notes video over on YouTube for the Dune Awakening patch. That's why my stream is about 30 minutes late, because I woke up and I sat down on my desk and I was prepping the stream and I saw that the patch notes were up and I was like, oh, what did they patch? And I went, oh shit, they patched in the first of the PvE changes to the Deep Desert. That's impressive. So I went and did the news first. So that video is already live on YouTube as of about 10 minutes ago. And now I have my coffee, which I have not had any yet, and we're gonna continue our Death Stranding 2 journey. But first, some liquid gold. Black gold. Do 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 do. Now, if I remember correctly, I have some items for delivery. These go to the Lone Commander. So we're gonna go deliver these before we do anything. And then we gotta figure out how to make a road. Like, I need to find... I couldn't find them on the map yesterday. Like... Oh, that stupid fly is still in here. It's gonna drive me nuts. Because the road... Is this the road that it's just showing me here, maybe? The question I have is... We clearly saw one of these auto pavers. Do I have to... So in the first game, those were just automatically available, right? Do you have to build those first before you could do the road? I don't know, because I only see one of them on the map. Like, that's the only one I see is this one right here. Auto Paver 104. And I don't see any other... There's an auto paver here. But I don't see any coming back in this direction, which confuses me. So I wonder if maybe it... Because I would assume it would curve along and follow this road. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's off in this direction, and we have to uncover it first. But I want to contribute to the highway. In any case, I have to deliver some goods up to the dude at the... up there. I'm gonna try to take my bike up there. What's up, Thandor? Well, just like true Australian outback, multiple things have tried to eat me. How far away is that? I really don't want to run that distance, but I feel like that's probably the best option, because I don't think I can take my bike up there. Not to mention there's boatloads of rainfall. I think I just need to hoof it. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I have all of it on my back, but let's make sure there's nothing on the trike, right? Just PCCs, which I don't need. Alright. Oh, I have an exoskeleton now. Oh, that's awesome. This journey ought to be a lot easier now. I wonder if I'm still going to have to do with the BTs, or if they're gone since I killed them all in the first trek up here. I didn't kill them, sorry. I disbanded them for the moment. And this is where I wish I had... Nope. Nope. We're still going to have to deal with BTs. Damn it. No shit, Sherlock. I already published a video, Ravesar. Yep. Yep. First of the changes, anyway. Not all of the changes. The first of the changes. So, it's still not full. They haven't fully implemented things. And the only people complaining are PvP griefers. Those are the only people who care. Everybody else is loving the changes. It's literally just the PvP griefers who are like, oh my god, I'm not allowed to grief people anymore. Dude, I would love to pick up those vitamins. How far away are they? There's definitely a... Is he the only one? Nope, there's another one. I want to see if I can get those vitamins and bring them back. There's definitely a gazer right over there. Shit, there's a gazer right there. Yeah, fucking run. Fucking run. Bye-bye, BT. Catch me if you can. I got an exoskeleton now. I don't fear you. Woo! Hector. Good day, mate. How's the game treating you? All good, eh? How's the missus going? How many drongos warning about Dune? Crikey. Oh, jeez. We're all gonna have way too much fun with going full Australian for this game. You never go full Australian. This fly is gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to get up out of my chair and try to get this guy out of here. Hang on. I don't know where the bastard is, but I'm leaving the office door open for a couple of minutes and hopefully no cats sneak in on mosquitoes. Deliver and report. There he is.
Out burning the midnight oil, are you? That's some work.
Why is it that when flies,
Let me just review the orders.
when you don't want them to leave, they hide? Excuse me, when you want them to leave, they hide. And then when you're not paying attention, they're like all around you. And then the moment you want them to get the fuck out, they're like,
I was sure it was gone.
I'm gonna go hide somewhere.
Thanks, mate.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Does anyone know Strand contract cap boost?
You know, it's all too easy to run into trouble in the dark out here. Stay frosty if you're heading out before sunup.
I would love to know, while I'm at this guy's terminal, is there a way to see what the things are that he offers equipment-wise at Max Faction? So how would I know what I want to work towards? Like if he's got a really cool sniper scope or something, how would I know that? Because I don't like the idea of doing random tasks for somebody without knowing what it is that they offer. I wouldn't do that in real life. Why would I do that for somebody else? You know what I mean? What am I having for brekkie this morning? Oh, I don't know. Wife's still asleep now. I've got to wait. Maybe in a few hours when she's out of bed, I'll know what's for brekkie. But until then, I'm going to sip my coffee and pretend I'm Aussie. Go into the Kodak. What is the Kodak? Oh, the Codex, I'm assuming Rabbit's Gambit means. Go into the Codec. The Corpus, I think is what you're talking about. Perhaps. Ah, one commander. But it just gives tips? Well, I know he's a sniper, but Oh, I see what you mean. Continue to develop your connection level with him, and you might receive ... a handgun that puts enemies to sleep without making noise. Okay, thanks, Rabbit. It's not quite as clear as I would like it to be, but okay. No, no, you're good. I understood what you meant. It's all good. So thank you for that. Like that did help. I mean, it just tells you one of the things you might receive, but it doesn't, tell you all the things you could receive. Okay, Johnny into the whoop whoop. Jesus. All right, let's head on back. Are there aid requests? Ah, please rebuild the roads. The ladder I put up here is getting old. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Where's this? Please rebuild the roads. Yes, I will happily contribute to that. Happily contribute to that. I want to know how to rebuild the other roads. That is on the way back. So I need to set up a climbing anchor. But first I need to see if I got a climbing anchor out of this chest. Shared cargo. Is there a climbing anchor? There is. I will place in the backpack. And we are good to go.
Bloody marvelous.
Yeah, that's between me and here, yeah? Yeah. That's before the base, okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. A fish snag short of a bobby. I swear you guys have some of the craziest sayings. This is hilarious watching chat this morning. The British to Australian slang. Break this Arvo. Does that mean morning? I'm assuming Arvo means morning. But like, where do all these words come from? I would love to know the root of like how all these words exist, because so I know that so like Chris learned American English. So when we watch movies, if it's British English, she will sometimes struggle with things because she doesn't quite understand. But she's tried watching a couple of Australian movies and she's completely lost. Like completely lost. Like there's no way. Like she can at least understand some of what's going on in British films, but anytime we watch like Australian stuff, she's like, nope.
Oh boy, that must hurt.
I don't know anything. Rock the baby, rock the baby, rock the baby, rock the baby. We're making a milkshake. A baby shake. I could go for a hot maca this morning. Alright, we need to deploy a
Everything seems to be in the right place.
McDonald's is Macus. I always get, I like McDonald's, man. I don't eat it very often, mostly because there's nothing here, but I love McDonald's breakfasts. Alright, now we can go to my...
Are you okay, Sam?
Eyes open, dumbass.
Scream all you want, kid. Shit happens. Wasn't AC/DC as Akadaka or something like that in Australian? Somewhere over here is the ice. There it is. This fella has a root loose in the top paddock. Somebody needs to take notes. These are some great phrases. Somebody's got a root loose in the top paddock. Alright, let's do this delivery. I am really hungry for McDonald's now. And there's nothing within like 3 hours of me.
I was expecting you to make this delivery as well. Thanks, mate.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Sorry to trouble you this late at night. Try not to travel too much in the dark if you can help it.
Okay. Next up, I know we have an aid request. That was for the road. He had something I could claim here. Deliver paintings of Australia before the death stranding. Where am I delivering these to? Down the road? Oh yeah, we could totally do that. That's not far down. And we have a highway already built to the Western Observatory. Yeah. And then we can also grab out of my private locker. I don't know what we need for the road. Can I load all these onto the bike? I don't remember resins. I think, God, I can't remember what you need for roads. I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to take things that I don't need. I know it's metals and something else. Ceramics, metals. Ceramics and metals. So, hang on. Ceramics. I don't have any ceramics. But I can take the metals. Put them on the tri-cruiser. And leave the rest. Alright. That looks good. I've got some new APAS enhancements. Oh, what's this? Strand contract cap boost. Increases the total of strand contracts same could form. Forming a strand contract strengthens connection from other players, allowing more structures and other objects to be shared. Oh, it requires 20, and I have 0 available. What might I want to get rid of? No. No. And this probably requires this, don't I? Nope. Cool, I don't need that one. Let's do this one instead. Bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum.
Be counting on you, Sam.
Don't crash the bike. That's the #1 rule of this delivery. The good thing is there's a highway right in there. Well, you know what I forgot to check is if now that I got this, if more of the highway things become available, or is it only available after I contribute to the first highway? Or maybe that's just a story progression thing where you don't get more highway building thingies until you progress the story a little bit more, connect more zones. Because there's one right there. Alright, let's make our delivery first, and then we'll go contribute.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Still slaving away at this hour, I say. I'll process your orders as quick as I can, okay? I certainly can't find anything to complain about. Thanks. I have a feeling this data will be of use to you. Take it. please.
Electric shock absorber, a device that reduces the amount of damage taken from attacks. The enemy is oh wow, the energy is absorbed and used to recharge Sam's battery. That's a backpack upgrade.
We're increasing your allocation of materials. Hope it makes your life easier.
I've shared data with you for an electric shock absorber you can attach to your backpack. While equipped, it'll reduce the damage you suffer when struck by electrical attacks. Even better, it'll also harness some of the juice to recharge your batteries. Goes without saying, that could come in very handy. Be sure to give it a try sometime.
Now, can I build it from here? That goes back to the government's base. Smoke kill mine. Okay. Yeah, can I do that from here? Where's it at? Back protector. There it is. Electric shock absorber. Oh man, that takes up a whole section. I haven't needed to worry about it yet. That kind of sounds like a really cool thing, but man, it takes up a ton of damage, or a ton of, the idea is not to get hit in the first place. I'm not going to install that right yet. I'm going to hold off on that. Alright. Ooh, ceramics. Ceramics. Are there any ceramics? No, but I do have metals. Cargo. Alright, let's take the bike down over there.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Oh man, of course the metals are already full. Those are the easiest ones to get, right? Let's just put all the Cairo crystals in here that we can. I haven't even seen ceramics yet. Or if I have, I haven't been paying attention. The quantity of materials contributed to the road's restoration is shared between you and other players. Work together to restore the road network to its former glory. So this will be the cool part about playing this game at launch versus I played Death Stranding last year, or not last year, this year, a few months ago. So I played Death Stranding several years after launch, so there weren't that many players contributing to things like the road networks being built. But since I'm playing this at launch, there should be a ton of players contributing to things like the roads, which means I should theoretically, every time I log on, see more and more roads and other structures being available on the maps as they are shared. Well, I'm gonna stash the metals because we don't need them. those are back to the government's base. That's back to the government's. No, 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 Yelair. So everything degrades over time because of the rain. So in a lot of ways, you know, Dune Awakening has the sandstorms. In Death Stranding, the timefall happens, which is the rain that eats everything. So over time, as rainfall happens, it rusts everything. So all the roads decay, all the zip lines decay, all the vehicles decay, everything that's left out in the open decays. So in the case of playing Death Stranding 1, if you're playing it now versus 2 years ago or three, whatever it was that it launched, like 4 years ago, something like that, there are far fewer structures now than there were because there aren't as many active players playing. There was still plenty of stuff that was showing up when I was doing my playthrough because there were other people playing the director's cut around the time that I was playing, but it wasn't nearly what it was when the game was live. So, because everything degrades over time. I'm gonna take that. And I'm gonna take this order. Because this just goes right back up the road to the government's base. I understand what that means, Thandar, but it sounds so funny. He was up at the Sparrow's Fort to get his first train into Brissy. We'll play a little Death Stranding. Like, I'm assuming up at a Sparrow's Fart, it means first thing in the morning. Just, it just sounds fucking hilarious. Nice trip, bro.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. Let me just take a look at our active orders. You're really something, aren't you?
I am.
Bet the cargo would say the same if it could. We'd given up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad he managed to bring it in.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Looks like we owe you another one. And I doubt it'll be the last.
I've debated I might be going back to story difficulty at some point. What I did in the first game was I played normal mode until I got to like one of the bosses that I was struggle bussing with, and then I just dropped it down on story and kept it from there. So I've been playing it on normal mode this time around. and haven't felt overly challenged yet. So I'm just going to keep it on normal mode until such time as I feel like I'm struggle busing, and then I will promptly put it in pussy mode. So never fear. Never fear. Story mode is just a click away. Alright, now let me take a peek at the map, because I still haven't seen any more of these highway things show up. I still don't see more of them. I only see the one highway thing right here. I don't see any of them north. Like, I don't see any highway markers at all up through here. And it's driving me nuts because the road just turns and stops. And you can clearly see that it's meant to continue on right here. But there's no, like, node to press on, to, like, go to contribute to building the highway. Not even back in the direction of the plate gate. Right, well, I've connected this whole zone, and yeah, I'm only seeing, like, the highway stops right here. And it's driving me bonkers because it just dead ends right here. And it does, I would assume it would. So I'm probably guessing that the next connection is going to be in the zone over. Like, there's just no more connections here, I guess. I think the assumption on my part was that, considering this road goes up through here, I would think that there would be some sort of a node connection. But yet there's nothing up in here. And so it just stops and nothing. So if maybe it goes over in this direction, then it's probably going to be when I connect this next region it'll unlock. But then I also wonder about, well, what about up back towards the plate gate? Because there's nothing back in that direction either.